I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
Alright, people, alright. This one was long overdue. Sorry for the wait, but let's go ahead and get into it. You already know how we do. You know, we let the guy run it back because, you know, just one time is not good enough. You need to hear it twice, even 3 times for it to stick. But I'm gonna go ahead and run it back and that you get this in your mental, because we got a heavy topic we need to talk about. And of course it says fathers, but I'm going to refer as parents, not just fathers. But I did do a video on Father's Day about why fathers was so important and detrimental to the kids' development, whether it be female or male. You know, we're crucial for that child's development. So let's go ahead and get back into it. Let's hear what he has to say one more time, and then I'm gonna start breaking down and elaborating what I get from it. You know, it's best that you read along with me, and you know, you read and do your own research, because you probably can expound even more than what I am. I'm just giving my opinions and my thoughts and stuff on this, but like my uncle said, don't just take my word for it. Read with me so that you can get your own understanding as well.
I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
So what I'm reading here is God telling you he's sending the prophet Elijah to come speak with the people to reconcile their relationships with their children. The fathers reconcile their life with their children. Okay? And what he's saying is that he has to do this before it's time, or else there would be a curse on the world. Okay? It'd be a curse on the earth. And what we're seeing now today in time is part of the curse, or part of the consequence of us not reconciling our relationship with our kids, not reassuring to our kids that we love them unconditionally. A lot of kids is growing up without the love in the household, so that when they go out into the world, they're seeking love from, you know, the block, or they're seeking it from they're basically seeking it from the streets or the outside world, and not in the household first. And we see that a lot with what's going on with like certain kids out here. You know, we see that the relationship in the household is not strong. So what they do is they find refuge, and they seek to find a love from the outside world, which leads them astray, and leads them down a dark path in life. And the part of this is and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the children's to their father. Basically stating that you're loving your kids unconditionally so that your kids will grow up to love you unconditionally. You're setting an example for your kids so that your kids will grow up and view you as a role model first. That you give the children a sense of hope and protection. That you will become their first love before anybody else. You're making the relationship strong by showing them that unconditional love. By showing them you will always be there for them no matter what. By leading them down the right path. Teaching them the fear of God. Teaching them that it's better to have morals than anything else. It's better. You're teaching them morals. You're teaching them obedience. So that and you do this. One, you do this by building your relationship with God. You're showing them how to be obedient to God so that they will be obedient to you. By your actions, they pick up. So whatever you're downloading into them, that's what they're gonna be. That's how they're gonna be programmed. And I mentioned this before, as programs come, it's like you program. It's like programming a computer. Whatever program you put on there, that's what it's going to run. So if you teaching them through your program that God is your father, and you obey your father, and you obey his commands and wishes and stuff, that's what the kids will do for you as you being their father. They will be obedient to you. You will be the one that they lean to instead of the outside world. Instead of trying to figure it out on their own. So this chapter is speaking on the father being the role model, the head, the path maker for the kids, so that when the kids get older and the kids start to grow up and stuff, they lean to you first. Your relationship with your kids is the same as the parents' relationship with God. You wouldn't want to turn away from your kids or walk away from your kids. Yes, kids are stubborn, kids rebel, kids go off astray sometimes, but as the same as parents are with God, you do the same thing. That's why it's so important to build that relationship with God, so that you can be that example, you can be that role model that the kids so crave for, that the kids crave for and look forward to having in their lives. Can you imagine God being your father, and because you sinned a couple times, he took his hands off you and just left you out there? Can you imagine what would happen to you? Can you imagine what would that be like with no hedge of protection around you? That's how your kids. That's how you should look at it with your kids. You know, your kids want to know that they're protected, that you're always there for them, that you'll never turn your back, that you'll never leave them. You know, they look forward to that. That's how the parent should be with God, the same way, because God always is there. He's always there for you. He says he would never leave nor forsake you. He knows that you may cut up sometimes. He knows at times you might go astray. You might wander off and do stuff on your own. He knows that. That's why his door is always open for you to come back. He never left you. You left him. And your kids will do the same. But at the same time, if you're there and you show them that you're there for them, and you show them that unconditional love, and you show them that no matter what, I'm here for you, I will protect you, I got your back, you know, they will always come back. They will always come back. They might have a point where they like, you know, I can do this on my own. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, they will come back. When it gets hard and they trying to figure it out, they'll come back. I need some advice on this. I need your help with this. What I gotta do for this? You know? So we should have the same relationship with our kids that we have with God, and vice versa, so that your kids will grow up and have that same relationship with God when they get older, and have that relationship with their kids. You know, people pass down so much negative stuff to their kids because they never reconciled a relationship with their kids. The kids grow up and hear nothing but being fussed at and cussed at and hit and all that stuff, and or in the sense of my homeboy, my brother Theo, you know, his pops was a real street dude, so he put a lot of street mentality in Theo. But Theo, you know, he's a God-fearing man, so he was able to bounce out of that and find his path to the Lord, and you know, looks at the Lord as being his first father. You know, that was something that was learned along the way, that he found his path that way. You know, it don't work like that for everybody though. So when we see these kids crashing out, doing this, doing that, you gotta look at the parents and then see how the parents act, and then see that, okay, a lot of this is learned behavior because the parents never reconciled their relationship with their kid, so that the kid had a healthy development growing up. You know, us as parents, we tell the kids, oh, it's my way or no way. But we don't do that when it comes down to God. God tells you the same thing. But you don't follow God's way. So how do you expect for the kids to follow your way? You see, you get where I'm going at with this? If you don't follow God's way, and God's your first father, parents, and God's your first father, and He's telling you this is the way, this is how you do it, is my way or no way, and you choose to go your own path and not listen to Him, how do you expect that to? How you expect your kids to do the same for you? Oh, it's my way or the highway. But then your kids rebel against everything you say because what? That's what you did to the Lord. The same thing. So you can't be mad at them because God ain't get mad at you. He let you go ahead and go do what you had to do, and left His door open in hopes that you come back and see that I can't do anything in this world without you in my life. And that's a relationship that you should have with your kids. So this scripture is deep. You know, is deep. We need to be more understanding to our kids, that our kids is now growing up in a different environment than what we grew up. We gotta be a little bit more patient with them. We gotta explain stuff to them because they learn faster than what we had to. They learning at an accelerated rate. Also, we have to teach them the fear of the Lord and teach them that the relationship with the Lord comes first before anything else. And you teach them that by examples of what you do when it comes down to praising God, when it comes down to praying, when it comes down to living for the Lord. You know, you teach them that within your actions. So that you're passing down a healthy program to them, and not a dysfunctional program. Because it's gonna be a time where they grow up, and me and Theo talk about this all the time, that the young kids is not gonna care about the older folks when they get older. They not. You can see it now. Like a lot of young kids, youth, don't listen to nothing that the older people gotta say. Because one, we never reconciled our relationship with the younger people, with the kids. So that's all I got for this one. I'm not going a whole hour on this one. I'm trying to learn how to break it down a little bit so that it's not hours long. I can't promise anything because some might take hours to explain, but I'm pretty sure you got the gist of this one. So I feel like I don't need to expand for a whole hour. But if y'all like this one, like, share, comment, subscribe. Give me some feedback in the comment section. If you got something else you want to add to it, go ahead and add to it in the comment section. But yeah, I'm out on this one. See you.